It means to get up in the morning and think, what is it that my client needs me to do for him or her? How do I get to understand my client's needs, and how do I act in the best interest of my client? They need to have a value proposition, Sven, and a clearly articulated one. In other words, if you get into a lift with a financial planner and you ask him, what is it that you do? By the fourth floor, you should go, I'd like to talk to you and I'm willing to pay for that. Whereas in the past, some of the guys relied on value propositions based on the product they sold or the investment performance, which actually really hasn't got anything to do with them, and you can't really articulate that as something that you need to be paid for. So the FPSB is the international owner of the CFP mark. So the Financial Planning Institute in South Africa, as an example, is an affiliate of the FPSB. So we play a role at a number of fronts. We develop international standards around how to do financial planning. We're talking to people about how to run successful client-centric financial planning businesses. And all of those models and standards then get taken into the different countries, again in South Africa by the FPI, and applied locally in a way that suits the local market. It is a necessary thing to put in place. It's a necessary thing to put in place from the perspective that it helps professionalize the financial planning profession or industry. I recall clearly going to speak to the FSB sort of, 30 days after the first RDR paper came out with another colleague of mine. And we walked in there and we thought, gosh, there are 55 proposals here and it's a lot of stuff and we don't understand the need for most of these things. And the key thing is we came from a position of professional financial planning and understanding what should happen for clients. We spoke to the regulator. They explained to us some of the unfortunate incidences that take place in industry, where 2 or 3 guys do the wrong thing. And we left there almost feeling like we should add 10 proposals to it. So you need the right collaborative approach between the regulator and the professional body and those guys who want to do the right thing by their client to get to the right point for consumers. The really nice thing in South Africa is that we're not first, and the head of the FSB, the Financial Service Board, has said to me on a number of occasions he doesn't like to be the first in the world to introduce anything because he'd like to see where others go wrong. It's a natural thing in life. You can look what others do and then go, I'm not going to jump off that building just like that. So it is working very nicely. Our regulator has been incredibly patient on the one hand, but also incredibly collaborative with industry. And they've been listening to industry and making changes as appropriate to their proposals. So on the one hand, it might feel a little bit frustrating that we've been talking about something for 3 years, but it's been very positive talk. So we haven't just seen something implement like we saw in some of the things in the UK that then didn't happen and had to be undone.